Welcome back to the Ford Shop Yard, ladies and gentlemen. Ryan here. And in today's episode, what we're going to be talking about is the lifeblood of your car's motor, the motor oil and the filter. Now, modern cars are all designed to run on full synthetic oil. And as you can see, this is the oil for my truck, my 01 F-150. I'm getting ready to change in the next few days when I can get time. Now, it calls for 5W20 synthetic blend, or full synthetic. I went with full synthetic because it flows better and it gets better gas mileage. Now, when you're changing your own oil, no matter what anyone says, change your oil every 5,000 miles of full synthetic oil and a good quality STP filter, or any good quality filter that's good for 5,000 miles. As you can see on this filter, it says it's good for up to 10,000 miles, but that's overkill. Because if you're doing, if you do all highway driving, which is equivalent to 10% of city, you could push it to 8 or 10 if you really wanted to. I don't recommend it. But change it every 5. Now, if you do a lot of stop and go city, it wears the oil faster and you need to change it more often. But if you're just doing all highway driving, again, 10% of city, change it every 5. Quality oil and oil filter. Now, I usually use Motorcraft filters on my Fords, but they didn't have any in stock from here to Monroe. The closest one was Charlotte, and I wasn't going all the way to Charlotte for a doggone oil filter. I paid $6.58 for this filter, and about $30 for the oil. So less than 40 bucks, I got the oil and filter, and I got it at Walmart. Interesting story. My dad's Nissan, 2018 Nissan, I use Mobil 1 filters on there, and I used to pay about $9, $8 or $9 for one of the for a filter for his car. The same exact filter now, $16.99. I said, you want to talk about inflation and everything going up? Now that is some bullcrap. I have never seen a filter cost that much for anything. I mean, it's just crazy the way things are now. And got Noel here with us. And so, get a drink and I got chair 1 here. The official soft drink of the South. But get back to the oil. Change it every 5,000 miles with a quality oil and oil filter, and you'll never have any problems. You don't want to have risk your car's motor blowing up, or having to get another car just because you didn't maintain it and keep your oil changed. Dirty oil wears things out faster. Everybody knows that. And if you don't, I'm telling you now, dirty oil wears things out faster. Your car will have more problems. Your motor will have more problems. It'll start burning or leaking. Another thing, if your car, let's say you buy a car brand new, and it costs for 5W24 synthetic oil, and let's say you change your oil every 5,000 miles and you use full synthetic 520 as it calls for, until it gets about 150, 200,000. Then you think, well, when it gets hot outside, I'm going to put a heavier oil. And big mistake. Because your car was designed for a certain weight and a certain, viscosity of oil. And if you change that, you're going to get worse gas mileage. And I'll give you a better example. If your car calls for 10W30, and then you drive it with 10W30 for 20 years or 200,000 miles, and you decide one day, oh, I'm going to put a lighter oil in, a 5W or a 0W weight, like I said again, a bad idea. Because then if you go from heavier to lighter in an older motor, you're either going to start burning oil or you're going to start leaking oil. Stick with the oil your car was designed for. If it says 1030, use 1030. 520, use 520. 016, use 016. Now that 016 is only good for modern motors. The GF, it's called GF6 0W16 oil. And they brought it out because of some of them Hondas, which everybody, you know me, you know I hate Toyotas and Hondas, but some of those Hondas, the motors weren't built right and they had oil dilution. And what that is, gasoline gets by the piston rings and dilutes the motor oil. And they use the 0W16 GF6 oil, and it reduces your the gasoline dilution. I mean the oil dilution. And some people have claimed that it's either slowed down or completely stopped the oil dilution by switching to that 016 oil. A lot of people are happy with that oil. Now, you're going to pay more for it, but it's worth it in the long run if you want your car to run forever like I do. Again, I'd never buy Toyotas and Hondas. They're not worth it. But I'm going to get my oil changed in the next few days, hopefully. And it's been 5,000 miles, so I got to get it changed. But just stick to what your car's designed for, the weight and the viscosity, and change it every 5,000 miles. Alright, another thing I'm going to talk about today, guys, is my old 94 F-150 here, as you'll see. The tire's flat on it. Now, these tires here, as you'll see, let me shut my door here. These 3 tires, I put a new one on here a couple years ago. But this one, that one back there is flat. And this one over here on this side, front one. These are all old and dry rotted. And I put them on about 6 years ago. No. I put them on in 2017, so 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. It's been about 5 years that these tires have been on here. Again, I said this one's brand new. And I put it on about 2018, somewhere around that time. But what's happened was this tire here is 8 years old. It's a 2014 tire, so it's about 8 years old now. And it's just, if you look close, I don't know how close I can get you, but you see all them little dry rot marks, them cracks? This tire is extremely dry rotted, and it's worn on the inside. It was like that when I got it. I only drove it for about a year. Own it for a year, but if you look here, this tire here is shot. I mean, it's got bad cracks, and if you look down in here, see all them really bad cracks? But I'm getting ready to move on my vehicle, so I'm going to have to get another tire and put on here. If not, my spare, I had to get my spare and put it on, if it'll fit. But you can see, this tire's old, and it was on the way of going out. I think the cold weather finally got to it, because we got some snow, as you'll see. See? Hey, Noelle. Say hey, Noelle. Tell everybody hey. That's a good girl. But as you see, we got some snow. And, we just, it got really cold down in the teens the other night, and I think that's what gave way to it. Interesting thing, this tire was up fine. I didn't check it last night. I think it was the night before that I came over here and I checked everything. And it was still holding, but I think the cold weather finally got to it and it just gave way. It couldn't take it no more. But it's no big deal. I can get another tire and put on here. This tire right here, my spare, it's got to have a tire put on it because somebody slashed it. That one goes to Dad's Nissan. And another little tire tip from the Ford shop yard is, if you don't know, I mean, like I said, if you look at your tires and they're all cracked, like that one over there is, but it still has plenty of tread, just replace it, because you don't want to have a blowout going down the road. But I'm going to show you an easy way to tell how old or how old your tires are. These are 15-inch tires, and see if I can find it. It's on here somewhere. I don't know if I'll be able to find it. I do not see it. Let me roll around back. See if I see it. The tag. I do not see it. But anyway, guys, I'll show you on the other tire. Let me So if you go under here, guys, if you look right there, right there where my finger is, you see it says 2014. Means this tire here was made in February of 14. So it's about going on 8 years old. But like I said, it was just old. It gave way. It couldn't take the cold weather. But that's what it is. Now, if you look here at the tires on my white truck, these, as you can see, let me see if I can get a good shot. They have plenty of tread still on them. There are a lot of tread still on them, probably over half. But you look closely, see all these big cracks? That's dry rot cracks. I wouldn't drive these 5 miles, because they'd be done blowed out. But if you look right here, the date, it's upside down, but you can still make it out. It says 1 of 01, January of 2001. So these tires are 22 years old. No, I'm sorry, 21 years old. 21 years old, and like I said, I wouldn't trust these things going 5 miles down the road. No telling what they do. They blow out, and I'd be in an accident. Same with this one over here. Now this one's a little bit newer. This is it was made in it was made February the 5th of 2003. So this is almost an 18-year-old tire. Well, almost a 19-year-old tire. Or, no? Yeah, 19-year-old tire. But, but that's all for today's video, guys. Please, if you enjoy this content, don't forget to hit that notification bell down there. And like, comment, and subscribe to the Ford Shop Yard. We'll see y'all in the next one.